So I usually recommend to our customers to highlight in their email newsletters, if they do their own, or I find out what makes them different and write it for them. What makes you different in business is so often the reasons why people choose you over your competitor or choose you over doing it themselves. So if you do your own newsletter, or if you have someone do your newsletter, or if we do your newsletter, please make sure that you let us know what makes you different. I'm going to go over a little bit about what makes the Callan group different, because we've had a number of people recently contact us and say, why would I go with you instead of XYZ national company? Or why would I go with you when I could just do that on my own? And it's a great question. And so I figured that this would be a great way to get the message out on what makes the Callan Group custom email newsletters different from the rest. First and foremost, we're a local business offering opportunities for other local businesses to support our community, your community. If you go through a national company, your money is going outside of your community. And if you're a small business owner, or if you're a franchise owner of a national company, you can understand that having money that stays in our neighborhood is more important than sending it off. So that I love that. Also, the Callan Group is a veteran-owned business, and I think that that's a great opportunity to support as well. It's also a woman-owned business, and some people think that that is, I'm a woman, hear me roar. So that is something to consider as well. So those are three great points on what makes us different from a small community background. What makes us different in the grand scheme of a national company versus us is that we are ghost writers. We do 100% of the work for our clients. Most of our clients don't have time to keep up with their newsletters on a regular basis. Most of our clients have a list of people they want to communicate with on a monthly basis. They see that the cost of doing anything other than electronic marketing is very expensive. And they realize that every month just keeps going faster and faster. So even though their intentions are there to do their own email newsletter, and to pay a low cost, because the national companies, they charge based on how many email addresses you have. So if you have a smaller list, which most local businesses have smaller lists, averaging about 1,500 emails and growing. But most people want to do their own, they have great intentions, and then, the months just keep going by. And I know that for me, it's hard for me to do my email newsletter every month. It's on my list. I know I have to do it. It's a task, and it's also a chore. So what we found is that people are just too busy, and we created this custom opportunity. Now, we have a number of industries like attorneys, or I just got a new client that offers insurance to truck drivers. They say, well, how do you know what to write about? How do you know what we want to communicate to our clients? Well, it's very, very simple. Email newsletters are not meant to be like a magazine. The shelf life of a newsletter electronically is going to be very, very short amount of time, maybe a minute in your inbox, quick glance over. So you're not writing a novel, so you don't have to be scholared in the industry like you went to college and got a degree in it. Also, most of our clients have spent a lot of money on their websites. They post on social media, they have blogs, and there are national companies that do the same type of business, where if you Google part of the industry, we have a real estate agency, for example. We'll go on and we'll Google real estate trends that are going on this month of this year. And a number of different articles populate. And then you can cite that source and reference that source, or you can read it and regurgitate the information from a ghostwriter's perspective. And boom, you're all of a sudden writing a newsletter on behalf of the client, and you're also coming from a reader's perspective. And I think that's a very interesting point as well, and that's another reason that it makes us different. Sometimes the things that clients feel that their clients want to hear about are so important, and oh, we need to let them know this, and I'm hearing what they're saying and I'm thinking, yeah, I'd hit delete real quick. So what we do is we come not only from a reader perspective, but we come from a marketing perspective, and we have expertise in the field because that's all that we do. The Callan Group is only custom email newsletters. We don't dabble in press releases. We don't dabble in social media. We don't do reviews. We just do email newsletters, and that makes us different. That's all that we focus on. So from a marketing perspective, we're really strategic in what we're writing about, when it's delivered, how often it's delivered, and we keep in mind who it's being delivered to. The readership is definitely something to keep in mind when writing the content for our clients. Now, we offer 2 programs. We offer the Ghost Written program, which is definitely going to be the more expensive program because we're doing all of the work from start to finish. We're going to write all the content. We're going to provide all the graphics. We're going to put the piece together and make it look professional. A lot of times when you see email newsletters from different companies that are doing it on their own, they don't look very professional. The colors don't match up. It doesn't mimic the look of the website of the sender. The font's different. There's grammatical mistakes. It just looks unprofessional. When we're doing it and we're being paid to do it, it's going to look professional. It's going to look like your website, like your brand. And that, from a reader perspective, from a recipient perspective, does speak volumes. When you get something that look at the cars. When you see a good-looking car, you look and you go, okay, what kind of car is that? When you see a bad-looking car, you keep going on about your day, or you just don't even consider what is that a Toyota? You don't even think about it. So when you see a nice looking newsletter, it's going to draw you in. It's going to engage you more. So if you have one that you might think looks great, often it doesn't. And I'm saying that because this is all that we do, and we get newsletters all the time. And I've had probably out of 100, we'll find one that looks really, really good. And I always say, wow, great job, because it's not easy to create a really nice looking piece, because you're really building a web page that's being emailed. And most people don't know how to build web pages. So that's our program. We clean up our databases to make sure that there are no duplicates or undeliverables. We manage the database. We ensure that we are whitelisted and our deliverability rate is 95%. We also offer a program for those people who do have the time, experience to write about their industry and market to their clients, and they can pick graphics that they've already paid for or ones that they buy, and they send them to us, but they don't know how to actually put together that web page. They don't know how to put together that template, because a lot of times the national companies' templates are challenging, if you will, and if you don't regularly do something, it's more challenging to do. If you're doing a newsletter every day, you get more experience, you find different techniques. But if you're just doing a newsletter for your business once a month, you might forget certain tricks in the template editor. So some of our clients that know how to that have time rather to write about their message, but they don't know how to put it all together, we then become the architects. We build that professional page, send them a proof, and then deliver it, maintain their database, clean their database, and ensure that everything is delivered properly. That's a little less expensive. So those are reasons why we are different from the national companies, and we would love the opportunity to quote out your business. You can contact us at area code 386-538-1083. You can view our samples at the Callan, CALLAN, grp.com. GRP is short for group. And also, if you know anyone who is looking to own their own business, had the flexibility and freedom of their scheduling and their financial opportunities, we offer a business in a box program where we train you on how to use our software, how to create newsletters, how to go after clients, how to retain clients. And it's an amazing program. It's a proven successful program. We have several reps that are doing wonderful, and we'd love to talk with you more about that. And to learn more about that, you can go to YouTube, and in the search section, you can put Business in a Box, the Callan Group, and that opportunity will show up, or you can also call us. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope that this was helpful.